If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code REMA, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. So what's up guys, it's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video guys, I'm going to be showing you my 4-2-3-1 custom tactics which helped me go 18-2 in the weekend league this week. Now I know 18-2 is not the best of the best and we did take a sloppy loss, but honestly we played really well and we still got really good reds. As you can see here, we got this Smith, we got Bon Mati, we got Cancelo, and we got a few others, but you know, it's not always about the rewards, you know. 18-2, not bad, could be a little bit better of course, but they still did us really well. The losses were on me and not the tactics. So yeah, just before we get into the video guys, I would very much appreciate it if you could drop it a thumbs up, as it does really help me out. Sub to the channel if you are new so you don't miss out on any videos, and don't forget to turn on those notifications. So yeah, I'm going to show you the tactics and then we'll get into a game. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Alright then guys, so the tactics really aren't that different to what I posted for the 4-2-3-1 that long ago, but since they are, you know, the tactics I used to play this weekend league, one of the most important of the year, according to a lot of people, I thought I'd show you guys, you know, what we're running, even if it's not too dissimilar. So for the defensive style guys, we have it unbalanced, as it does give us the best control over our defense. When I wanted to press, I could. When I wanted to drop off, I could also do that. Balanced is always the way to go in my opinion. That being said, if you want to use something else because you prefer it, that's absolutely fine. For the defensive width guys, I suggest anywhere between 40 and 50. I went for 45 as it's bang in the middle of that range. The reason I do this is because it gives you a nice, narrow and compact defense to block out those attacks through the middle. It's very important not to allow your opponent that free roam through the middle, as you're going to get cooked a lot of the time. The reason we don't go any lower than this, however, is because we still need to have decent coverage of the wider areas in case an opponent goes for an attack down the wing. So you want to be narrow but not too narrow. For the depth guys, you can pretty much use whatever you want. A lot of people like to use 71 depth, so they get that automatic press from the AI. It completely congests that middle area of the pitch, makes it very difficult for you to play through, and it's just not a fun time to play against. So if you struggle defensively and you need assistance, 71 depth is the way to go. If you're like me, however, and you have a bit more experience defending, you want to be a bit more manual, you want to choose when you want to press, use something like 65 or 60, so you still have that higher defensive line, you just have a bit more control over when you press your opponent. If this is still too high for you, however, you can lower it even more. Now for the build-up play guys, I always go with balanced, as it does give you the most control and the most fluidity when you are building up the play. When you use balance guys, you can pretty much use any type of build-up you want, whether it's slow build-up, fast build-up or long ball. You can pretty much use it all. It's very easy to use, very nice, and you get the most consistent AI. When you use these specific settings guys, honestly they're just not that good. The AI is really bad for all of them. They don't move in the way you'd expect them to for the name of the build-up. So for example, slow build-up, you know, you think they would, you know, move into spaces to help you get up the pitch slowly. No, it just completely slows the AI down. They don't really do anything at all. So balance is the way to go in my opinion. For chance creation guys, direct passing is an absolute must, as it's the only way to consistently score in this game or create chances. Basically when you use direct passing guys, the reason it's so good against those park the bus defenses is because your attackers will make these runs and then the opponent's defenders will follow the attacker that is making the run. Once that defender has overcommitted to the run that the attacker has made, the attacker will then track back, so then there is like a great space between that defender and the attacker so that you can cut back or pass across to them. So you know, it really does feed into that cutback meta of the game, but you pretty much have to do it, otherwise you're going to lose. It's just how it is. Now for the attacking width guys, you can pretty much use whatever you want. All you really need to know is the lower the width, the more narrow your attack, and the higher the width, the wider your attack. So because the 4-2-3-1 for me is one of the most balanced formations every year, what I mean by this is it's good in attack, it's good in defense, you can play narrow with it, you can play wide with it. I don't really like to change the width all that much. 50's been good for me, but if you want to change this, that's completely fine, you know. This allows me to play out wide when I want and also play through the middle. Now for the players in the box guys, we have this on 7. This could be deemed as quite aggressive, but the reason we do this is to get a few players into that penalty area without overcommitting absolutely everyone to the point where we're going to get counter-attacked if we lose out on possession. For the corners and free kicks, I just have them on 2. So again, we do have that odd player in the box, but you know, we don't have to overcommit everybody, and we're not going to get counter-attacked as such, but just do what you want with these. Now for the player instructions, guys, they've rarely changed, to be honest with you. You know, if they've changed, it's very minor, and I might have flipped an instruction on a fullback or whatever, but I'm going to go through them for you now. For the striker, we always have them on stay central and get in behind. Stay central is very important, as it does keep them in that position that you want your striker to be in. You don't really want them drifting out wide, especially in this formation, as they are the sole striker. So if they're drifting out wide, you don't really have that focal point. You don't really have anybody to aim for. So keeping them in the middle gives you the best chance at, you know, creating chances, in my opinion. We also have them on getting behind, which is very important, because if your opponent is using like some pressure tactics and you have them on mixed attack, they won't really move at all, and you're going to struggle. So getting behind is important to force those runs and get the most chances out of the players. Now for the right attacking mid, guys, and the left attacking mid, we have them on comeback on defense and get into the box for cross. Now we have them on comeback on defense because it makes it defend in a 4-4-2 shape. When you have these wide cams on the comeback on defense instruction, guys, they come back to sit next to those two CDMs, so they fill in that gap. And this is really important, because these two CDMs do a really good job at covering the central areas. However, you can see there is a lot of space next to them, so these players will come back next to them to fill in that space, so then you can defend the narrow areas really well, and then also the wider areas really well as well. So this instruction is important. We also have them on get into the box for cross, so they do not hesitate in getting into that penalty area, so that they will actually help you out. For the central cam, guys, we just leave them on default, but the only thing we change is get into the box for cross for the same reason as the wider cams. We don't want them to, you know, hesitate in getting into the penalty area. We want them to help us out, which is why we have them on that. Now for the left CDM, guys, we use a more defensive-minded player here, somebody that's just going to stay back, be a rock, and bring that balance to the midfield. The suggestion I always have for the CDMs in the 4-2-3-1 is have one guy designed to stay back, and then the other that's more of a box-to-box. So that's the way I do it. So on this more defensive one, stay back, cut passing lanes and cover centre, because obviously we don't want him flying forward, so we keep him back. Cut passing lanes, so we'll always look to intercept those passes. You know, it's made even better if the player has the intercept plus playstyle, as you know, it boosts that. And then cover centre to cover the middle, because like I said, we have the wide cams coming back to cover that wider area, so we don't need this player to cover the wing. Now for the right CDM, guys, like I said, I use a more box-to-box style player, so somebody that will attack and defend and be a bit of a freedom player. They can pretty much do whatever they want, essentially. So we leave them on those default settings so that they can pretty much do whatever. The only thing we change is cover center, so like the left CDM, they will cover that middle area as opposed to the wings, because like I said, we have those wide players coming back to defend. Now moving on to the fullbacks, guys, whichever one is your most attacking fullback, pop them on balanced attack and overlap. Doesn't matter which one. The reason I suggest this is because the 4-2-3-1 can still be pretty narrow, which means, you know, you can struggle for passing options, especially if your opponent is applying pressure. So when you put this player on balanced overlap, they will stretch the opposition defense, give you that wider option, and it makes it a lot easier to play through the press. I highly recommend you guys have at least one fullback with this instruction on, as it will help you out. For the other fullback, guys, have them on stay back and overlap, so you always have at least 3 defenders back at a time, but when you send them on that run forward, they'll make that overlapping run to add that extra width, just like the other fullback. For the 2 centre backs, leave them alone, guys, and the keeper, we also leave them alone. But yeah, guys, they are the tactics and instructions. Let's go quickly get into a game. Oh boy, this gameplay is not too quick today, but, you know, being as we've got, like, decent players on the team, it might not be as bad as usual, you know. Like, for example, I'm using this Bonmati for the first time. She's got 99 dribbling. She's obviously got that, like, lean body type. So, yeah, it should be pretty good. Let's see how good she actually is. Oh, my word. Wow, she feels good on the ball. Feels really good on the ball. We've got her in that central cam roll as well, so she can wriggle about, which is pretty important in my opinion. Probably shouldn't be chipping balls up to her though. She is 5'3". Yeah, let's see what they can do. That's a free kick. I think I have Fakir with that dead ball plus on, which could make for a really nice finish if we can get it right. So I just need to loft it up a bit, I think. A bit lower. Try that. Oh, I've hit the post again, but we might score. There we go. And this guy's going to quit. If he quits, I'll just play again. Yeah, okay. Easy. There we go. That's a foul. Come on. Let's just wrap this up because I can smell my food, man. Oh, he saved it. Oh my gosh, his keeper's bailing him out again. Oh, there's another one, and yeah, I'm only griddying because he griddied first, guys, but yeah, it should be that. Should be that. Yeah, that's basically it for the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please be sure to drop it a thumbs up, sub to the channel if you are new, and don't forget to turn on those notifications. And with all that aside, guys, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out, guys. Take care.